I remember my first day. I just remember this one thing that really happened. I walked into orientation and I had only known one kid who was my buddy, who I was assigned to over the summer to kind of introduce me to Dwight. And I remember looking down the aisles to kind of, I guess, look at all the kids that were going to be in my grade. And I saw this girl across the aisle and she just started waving at me like so excitedly. And I was so confused. I was like, does she know me or something? And it happened that she just wanted to say hi to me. She was just really excited to see all the new kids. She had been going since elementary school, since pre-K actually, and she's still one of my best friends even though she doesn't go here anymore. And that was kind of just one experience that I've had at Dwight that's built into such a great experience overall.
Just last week, I was sick. I had a fever and I couldn't come to school for 2 days. So when I came back, I was really worried about my classes, about what I would do because I felt like I was so much behind. Everyone else had learned so much. But then I emailed all my teachers and they told me, my door is always open for you. If you have any questions, we can always meet after school or during any free period. And if you need help or anything, they're always willing to be there and lend a hand to you. And after a few days, I feel like I'm just back on track and it's great.
Teachers have office hours outside of the classroom. So actually earlier today I met with my English teacher who was open from 3 to 5 and we discussed an essay that we had to do in class and he really helped me through any questions that I had and he really went in depth and it was great.
Something that the IB challenges you to do is go beyond the questions like why and how and to ask questions like to what extent. Things that you never expected yourself to be asking when you're going to be in when you're in classes, and it allows you to unlock new perspectives from all around the world. It allows you to see things differently, like you've never seen before, and it forces you to not only explore these ideas, but to take them and turn them into passions and apply them to everything outside of school and to your community and to your personal life.
With the IB curriculum, there's as you move into higher grade levels, you can take something at an SL level, which is standard, or you can take something at a higher level. So I'm personally interested in medicine, and so I love the science core. I love science, and I've been able to take higher levels in all of my science courses, and I'm able to focus on what I intend to look forward to as I move from Dwight, and just being at a place that has such a rigorous curriculum where I'm able to understand what I will be getting into, and at the same time being able to move at a pace where everything is understanding and I can always catch on. It's just been incredible.
I went to Shanghai last year, and it might seem like, oh my God, Shanghai, you have students going to Shanghai. But we have sister schools all over the world, and Shanghai is just one of them. And Shanghai is actually a boarding school for high school students. And so we got to interact with 11th graders that were at the Shanghai campus and kind of learn about their everyday life and how they apply the IB curriculum. And we also went on tours we didn't just stay in the school the whole time. We got to experience China, and it was incredible. We went to these lake towns. We had really authentic Chinese food. We got to meet all these people that were specialists in kung fu, and we got to go to all these really fascinating museums and just walk around and see Shanghai. And it's an entirely different city. Like, it's got the same vibe as New York, but at the same time, it's huge. You think New York is big, and then you go to a place like Shanghai and you're just blown away. And it really altered my perspective of kind of, in general, this might sound cheesy, but the world as a whole. I was blown away, and it was just such a great experience to even be there I was there with two of my best friends, and it was just such a great experience to have them there.
I went to London last year. I think we did 2 to 3 tourism activities, or just we toured the city of London each day, visiting 2 or 3 things a day. We saw the London Eye, the London Dungeon, many other things. So actually, interestingly enough, we stay with the families of the school. So 1 or 2 kids were assigned to a house, and we stayed there for a week. And it's basically an exchange program. And they came across the pond here to New York and did the same things as we did. And we hosted them. And it was just a lot of fun to be doing at such a young age.
I visited Luxembourg in my 8th grade year. In 9th grade, I visited Milan, and then back in 10th, and then in 10th grade, I visited Luxembourg again to represent our school in an international conference for international baccalaureate schools also, in which we discussed global issues and tried to present our school's solutions and how we implement them here in New York City, and our different approaches to learning in situations like this. Every single student has accessibility to 3D printers. We have 3D printers, 3D scanners, laser cutters, and even if there's a tool that you don't have here, we can get our school. Let's say you have an idea that you want to put together. With our Spark Tank program, we have kids all the time presenting new ideas that involve us going to get more tools, which we can use to grow and cultivate new ideas.
Each student, starting in I believe it's 4th grade, gets a technology device, and the middle school, 6th through and high school get laptops, and they're really, really useful because we're not going to be using notepads and paper in the workplace in the future. We're going to be using technology, so we get to learn that from a young age.
We don't just borrow computers from the library. We actually have computers, and we use them every day in class.
Ever since you start young, one thing that Dwight teaches is time management and the ability to map out how you're going to complete things. And as long as you're on top of your work and your teachers really do help you with that, you're never going to find yourself overwhelmed and staying up all night and pulling an all-nighter, and really being in that stressful, uncomfortable position.
In 5th grade, of course, I had less homework than 6th grade. But the teachers, they understand. Most people would think changing into middle school, wow, that's a lot more homework. I disagree with that. It's not like we're getting an easy walk in the park, but it isn't stressful.
Sports are definitely amazing here. We have so many sports programs. I think I am on the varsity volleyball team, as I've probably told a few of you out there. I definitely have so many things with Dwight that I'd like to do, and I think the only problem I have is balancing my schedule with all of that stuff that I want to fit in. Arts is amazing. They have so many opportunities. We have a yearly concert at Carnegie Hall every year, and just last year we did an international campus kind of get-together thing, and we had kids from Seoul coming, from Dwight Shanghai, from London, and we all collaborate on all these amazing musical pieces, and we incorporated dance into it as well. And last year's Carnegie Hall concert was just incredible. And we also have the middle school play, we have the high school play, high school musical, and we just have so many opportunities for whether you like arts, sports, sciences. If you're passionate about something, we have a Dwight Feminist Club. There's just so many opportunities at Dwight to follow your passion and your spark of genius, whatever it is.
I'm a part of the girls varsity soccer team and also the girls varsity tennis team. And especially at a time now when my workload is a lot, and I'm also preparing to apply to colleges, the balance that I've been able to develop between being an athlete and also being a student has been very beneficial for me when thinking about how I'll be able to do things in the future. I've had some friends who wanted to begin a rugby team, and now that's something that is going on with Dwight, or whether even if it's a club or any activity that you're interested in, there are people at Dwight who are there to help you and want to help you to further your passions and just want you to be successful and happy.
But now I'd like to close out the panel. Thank you all so much.